Here with former Cowboys tight end Jason Witten. Still kind of strange to say. Jason, you're a couple months into this new life here. What's this been like?
Well, it's been awesome. I mean, it's a great team, the ESPN Monday Night Football. You go from playing for 15 years and you jump into this. It's a new career, so there's a lot to learn. But and I'm diving into it just like I did as a player. Attack it and treating myself like I'm a rookie, wearing number 49. I'm trying to learn as much as I can. Good people around me, and excited to stay around the game.
You mentioned how long you played, and every player misses it. What do you miss the most about not playing?
Well, I think you hear it a lot. The first thing is you miss the guys, you miss the locker room, and that was big to me. It was, I worked hard in the off season to build a team and camaraderie with the guys and be a captain and all the things that go into putting the team together. In a lot of ways, I said it when I retired, the journey is the reward, and I missed that journey of doing it with those guys day in and day out, the successes we had together, the adversity we experienced together. And then I think I just miss competing. Every day of my adult lifehood, it was competition and, against some of the best athletes in the world. So I miss the competition. I miss the journey of doing it with those guys and being able to compete at a high level.
Talk about prep work. That was a big part of your career. Knowing and know you know was one of your famous sayings. What are the similarities between getting ready for a game to play and calling a game?
Well, they're very similar. I think early on I attacked being a broadcaster and how I wanted to analyze the game, much like I did as a player. So I want to watch the tape. I want to form my opinion off what I see. And so now I'm just watching a lot more of it. On Wednesday, I try to watch 4 opponents, both on offense and defense, and just try to identify, okay, this is who they are. This is how they're playing. This is their style. And then from there, I think the biggest step then is kind of joining this team of the creative side of how do we tell this story? How do we give the viewer kind of inside information and just handling it in real time. So there's a lot that goes into putting a game together on television. I'm still learning a ton of it, but I think just communicate it in a very authentic way on what I see and how I see it breaking down. That preparation that I had as a player certainly carried over to what I'm doing now as a broadcaster.
One thing you always talked about as a player was your own biggest critic. You reviewed everything that you did. Still the same way now? And are you looking at the games that you've called and say, what was I thinking? What did I do?
Yeah, there's always those moments. I referenced earlier, wearing 49 as a rookie. And, every day when we got in that film session, Parcells would put that red clicker on me and say, what is this? And the producer does that now. It's a different role. And I do it to myself when I watch. It's like, man, that's not how I wanted to say it. That's not the way I wanted to communicate it. I missed that moment or that replay or that game management standpoint of how I wanted to express myself. And so, you learn, you're young and in this career, but I think it helps having people around you that support you, that make you better. And I think over the time you've seen there's been moments there where it's like, oh, wow, that was it. So you try to learn from those and go back and watch the tape over and over again so that you can improve.
You haven't had a home game yet. You're getting one coming up soon, going to AT&T Stadium when the Cowboys play the Tennessee Titans. What do you think these emotions will be like for you, for the fans, for everybody that you experienced for over 15 years with this team?
Yeah, I've tried not to allow myself to think about it. And, when I took this job, I thought right away that I would miss football. And it wasn't really until we were calling Oakland Raiders versus the Rams out in Oakland. And we had a meeting and we finished up and the game came on. The Cowboys were playing the Panthers. And right when I saw that, they were warming up, they were showing Dak Prescott, and kind of hit me for the first time really like, hey, man, that's my team, that's my guys. And so I kind of just snuck off, went to my room, and spent some time there alone. But I think going back there, to answer your question, I think the one thing, I wasn't perfect. I didn't win a championship, but I think those fans know that I gave everything that I had. And every single waking moment for 15 years, my focus was on how can I bring a championship back to Dallas. And although I didn't accomplish that, I do think that there's appreciation for how you go to work, how you play, the toughness, how you carry yourself off the field. And so to come back and to experience this from this standpoint, it'll be emotional for me. It'll be emotional for my family. But you know what? I think after a few minutes, everybody will just move on and be ready for the Cowboys to get a win.
He's Jason Witten, future Hall of Fame tight end, future Ring of Honor Hall of Fame tight end for the Dallas Cowboys as well.